This is the Morning Swim Show for Wednesday, April 11th, 2012. I'm your host, Tiffany Elias, filling in for Peter Bush, and today we have a veteran in the Fianc Monitor. Joining us out from Southern California is Jessica Hardy. Jessica, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on here again.
All right, so we've been following you the last couple years, and you seem to flip-flop back and forth between the sprint freestyle and the breaststroke. But after a great Grand Prix in Indiana, you posted a 106.1 to put you on top of that world record, fastest in the world right now. So is it safe to say the sprint breaststroke's your focus?
No, I wouldn't say that it's just breaststroke or just freestyle, but I'm very happy with that breaststroke swim in Indianapolis. I definitely still train both strokes just as equally of an emphasis in both. So, I'm hoping for both of them to work out at the end of the summer.
Well, your 50 freestyle was pretty good too, 25.0. Was that about where you wanted to be for both of those events?
Yeah, I didn't really have any expectations at all. Swimming in season is not, our focus whatsoever. It's very much training through it and seeing what you can do and getting out of your normal day-to-day routine and working on racing is, a fun experience. So I was excited to just race and didn't really have any expectations at all. Struggled a little bit the first day of the meet, but it was the first time I had raced since December at Duel in the Pool. So, that's to be expected when you take that long of a break from racing and when I'm training so hard. So I think I got more into the groove as the meet went on, and that's why the breaststroke was so great. But I'm happy with the 50 free was pretty good also.
Now, how come you took such a long break in between those two meets?
It wasn't intentional. It wasn't like I didn't want to go and race, but I really just wanted to focus on training. This is a really important year, and my natural instincts, what I like to do is to travel all the time and race all the time, but my coach, reined me in and told me that I needed to train this year, and it was definitely the right decision, to set me up for coming in and starting to race more now in the summer and to ultimately taper for our Olympic trials and hopefully the Olympics.
So will you have any more meets before trials? Are you going to do any more of those Grand Prix?
Yeah, I'm doing, I think I'm pretty much doing a meet now every 2 weeks until our Olympic trials. So I'm doing Charlotte and maybe Santa Clara, and there's the Frank Crippen Memorial Meet in Mission Viejo, and then the Irvine Grand Challenge, both here in Southern California. So should be a little bit busy now, which is really exciting.
Well, since you mentioned training, you're swimming with all the right people. You've got Rebecca Soni over there and Yulia Efimova. So is there any talk on the pool deck that you ladies potentially could sweep the medals out in London?
No, we don't talk about it at all. Definitely don't want to jinx anything when the U.S. is so hard to qualify even just to make the team. So that's definitely our focus is just make it. So that's what we talk about every day. But it would be really cool to have the three of us from the same club medal in the 100 breast, and I think there's a good likelihood that it could happen, and I think it's kind of an unspoken goal, but we're definitely focusing on the present right now.
Well, that would be definitely the first time any team's ever done that at the Olympics. Now, training aside, you've got a lot going on over there in your personal life that we've heard about. Within the last month, you had an engagement, is that correct?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Well, congratulations. Could you share with us that story?
He took me to Malibu at Sunset, the beach, one of the 3 beaches here in Southern California, which I think is the prettiest beach in the world, at sunset. And, I'm a typical girl where I didn't really, know what was happening, so I was taking my time and running late, and we almost missed the sunset, and I didn't understand why it was such a big deal, but, he proposed, right as the sun was going down, and we were on, a private beach, and then he had rose petals waiting at dinner after. It was really, 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 really nice.
Well, that sounds like a great engagement. A lot of exciting things going on in 2012.
Yeah.
And Southern California definitely keeps you active. Is that a surfboard back behind you?
Yeah, that's my fiance Dom's. It's his surfboard over there.
Now, he's also a swimmer. Is he still training?
Yeah, he actually just qualified for his Olympic team a couple weeks ago back in Switzerland. I think he's swimming the 200 free, the 400 free, and maybe the 100 free also.
So does that really help get you motivated for trials coming up to see if you guys can have that experience together?
For sure. It was a goal. It's been a goal ever since we've been dating, and almost did it in 2008. But this is, I guess it's a exciting time, but it's really cool to have him qualified and already have that mindset of I'm going to the Olympics every day around me, and just kind of makes me expect that of myself.
Right. Well, since you've done so well in the 100 breaststroke, there's been so much talk about Soni over the past couple years. Just she's done really well in the 100 and the 200. Do you feel at all like a slight underdog in this event, that maybe attention's off of you, that you might be able to step up and really make a name for yourself again, being that you are the current world record holder?
Yeah, I guess so. She has been the favorite the past couple years, and I haven't even raced it internationally in the past 2 years. So I'm definitely not the favorite right now, but that's totally fine with me. Being the underdog, quote unquote, going into the Olympics is not a bad place to be in. And it's one of those things where as a swimmer you can only control yourself and the hard work you do and swim in your own lane. So I'm going into the summer swimming in my own lane and worrying about myself and doing the best that I can do, and hopefully something good will happen.
Right, I think that's the right attitude to have. Now, the last time you were on the show, you actually weren't sure if you had been cleared for the 2012 Olympics. Now, when you found out you were able to go ahead and swim and compete, what was that feeling, and what do these games mean to you after everything you've been through over the past couple years?
Shoot, that's a loaded question. It took forever for me to find out that I could even go to the Olympics. So I'd be in team meetings with the national team or my coach, and they'd be talking about the ultimate goal is London, London this, London that, and it would cause a knot in my stomach every time they said it, because I had no clue if I could go, and it was so hard mentally to just keep training and keep competing with no real end goal. Like I couldn't focus on anything further than what I was doing now, and to have gotten the okay to continue on and given the chance to compete this summer is so amazing. Being forced to sit out and during my suspension out of competition and training, just being like a bird locked in a cage where I literally could not wait to get out. And now that I get to go to the Olympics and try to live my dreams again, it is such an exciting and meaningful thing for me now. And I can't believe how much I took it for granted before. I broke a world record at my first international meet ever, and been on the national team almost every year except for my suspension since then. And I took it for granted for sure, because I just thought that's what I did all the time. It just came easy. But now, having gone through what I've been through, it's so meaningful, and I'm so appreciative of this whole journey and this whole process leading up to this summer.
Well, Jessica, you're the ultimate example of perseverance, and you've really proven to be an inspiration to all those swimmers out there. So way to stick with it, and we're pulling for you over here. We know you're going to do some great things in the upcoming months.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, well, thanks for joining us again on the Morning Swim Show.
No problem. Thanks for having me. It's good to see you guys.
That's it for today's Morning Swim Show. I'm your host, Tiffany Elias, and join us again tomorrow.